we are labeled as unicorns, but technically in the world, unicorn is a non-existing concept. It doesn't exist, right? I'm super glad to tell you that Medtech companies are changing the norm. They are building real devices, they are building real revenue, and Hyderabad, Telangana, THub. We just met your minister, Mr. Ramarao. We were surprised what the government of Telangana has done here, and it's just blown the bullets out of us. It is so inspiring to be here, so thank you for having us. It's just too amazing. I'll not take much time, but on Pristyn Care, we are actually not aggregator of patients. We run our own patients. We run 200 clinics across 42 cities in India. We work with 1,000 hospitals, and we do the most boring but the toughest part of healthcare, which is surgeries, and we do it ourselves. We use technology in scarless tonsil. We do laser piles. We do the most advanced kidney stone. So medical technology is in our blood. But we also come from internet and technology. Pristyn Care has 200-member engineering team, right from patient sourcing, right from EMR, right from mapping of hospitals, right from storing data, right from AI and symptom checkers, right from chatbots, right from wearables. I'm wearing one, where my ECG and my resting heart rate is already going into the cloud. We are far ahead on it than most people understand, and you will see some of it. I can only tell you as a parting words, if you don't invest in technologies, we will be dinosaurs. And there is no other way to survival. But congratulations to each one of you to actually focusing on your careers on medical and healthcare. You have a very bright future, and thank you so much for having us.
Thanks, Dr. Ramesh. We said we are the second largest pharmacy chain right now. So we channel business out there. Like Vikram said, we are not really tech in the sense that we don't use anything out there other than being enabled by tech. For us, the very first problem, the company got started in 2006, and the very first problem we solved was using tech out there. All our stores were internet enabled, and at the time in which I started the company, one of the key drivers to success for a pharmacy was having the reputation that everything was available in a store. So you would normally go to a store where fill rate was the best. And obviously fill rate getting, you can do best fill rate, or you can do a lot of accessibility, you can do a lot of stores. Doing both would be a challenge, would be almost impossible, because you would have to put in 50-60 lakhs of inventory in each place. We solved that on day one by basically having all the stores connected across each other and to the warehouse, which meant that every store which is there in the city was connected to a warehouse which has at least 5 to 6 times of that, and when customers walked into any of our stores, they were getting the inventory which they would get at the best possible store. So that is the first thing which we did. Of course, as time went on, we have used it. It's mainly been additions stuff out there to that. The one thing though, which we are looking to solve as we go forward, as manpower becomes more and more expensive, and the only way to actually create accessibility is by putting in a lot of locations. And if you want to basically solve for affordability and accessibility, the only way out is using technology. So one of the things which we are looking to do is to locate stores everywhere, but almost completely enable them with tech, so that it would be a robotic picker which would actually bring the product out. So that I would like to go to those guys. I don't think we are.
Thanks, most of the companies are of course, very mature ones. Optum, I would say, is like a very well-funded large startup company. So I would kind of relate to that like that. But this is a Fortune 5 United Health Group. I think one of the very basic philosophy on which we work is like healthcare, we believe, is like continuous, not episodic. Healthcare is holistic, not only one particular element of well-being that you need to take care of. And healthcare is hyper-personalized. So with those particular tenets, we have our mission very, very clear, which is to help people live healthier lives and make the healthcare system work better for everyone. Now, with that as a backdrop, some of the things that we are working on from an initiative perspective, which will actually bring in the access, affordability, experience and outcomes all in one particular, addressing all of them, is the value-based healthcare. And we are in US definitely on the forefront of implementing value-based healthcare and also working a lot more on health equity. But as we talked about like specific startup ecosystem, so we work very closely with the startups. One thing that I want to basically share with you is we recently launched Optum Startup Studio in India, which is primarily focused on health tech, insurtech, deep tech, as well as also fintech, which is kind of related with the healthcare side of the house. It has two broad constructs. One is where the early stage startups, we can actually accelerate, we would like to accelerate those early stage startups in order to not only serve the market share in India, but also basically they take those particular products and services to more developed worlds like US. And that's where I think more than the equity-free grant money that we provide, it is more important thing is about access to data, access to markets, access to subject matter expertise, and the ability to do pilots with a large health tech or health innovation company like Optum definitely brings in a lot of value to the startup ecosystem. Just giving an example of one of the startup companies that, or rather I would say more mature startup companies that we acquired and working on coming back to the Medtech side of the house. So there is a company by the name Vivify, which actually can integrate more than 500 IoT devices, wearables, and also bedside devices and other things that that can actually provide a continuum of care or a continuous care using IoT technology. Also, we are investing a lot in ambient care that actually provides a very continuous flow of information and data to our command centers that helps us to get more insights and create next best actions for not only the caregivers but also for the patient and the providers. That is something that we are kind of very excited about, because it really brings in a continuous care or a continuum of care, and also basically emphasizes on the need for virtual and remote patient management that definitely reduces the overall cost too and is more efficient and better clinical outcomes. So,
thanks, Manoj. Dr. Garima, you can make a quick comment. I believe we have to vacate the house at 3:55, and if any youngsters want to ask us a question, we can allow that. Maybe one quick comment.
Wherein you can augment your skills. When a doctor is in a complex case situation, they can actually go on to that, wherein like this particular platform aids a good medical diagnosis and a better management. So that is one. There are a lot many other things happening, like in tele-ICU kind of a thing, which definitely will help in scaling rural areas healthcare system. Secondly, about like the advancements which can also bring in means advancements in the healthcare, maybe the IoT devices, like Manoj just mentioned that there are home care services which are present. So post care of surgical patient is something which can be of really big use.
Sure. Thanks. Do any one of you want to ask a quick question, please? Otherwise, I can ask them. Medtech, medical device startup. I know some of you may not be very close to that space, or maybe a digital tech.
Sure. Medtech. There is a company called Remidio, REMIDIO, which is into smartphone-based optical nephropathy and neuropathy detection. And it's based in MIT. He has a PhD from MIT. And these guys have created, instead of a hardware device, they have created an accessory that you can connect to your Android smartphone and very inexpensively detect nephropathy, optical nephropathy and neuropathy disorders. And many of the ophthalmologists around the world, including in India and Southeast Asia and so on, they have caught on to this add-on accessory to their smartphone, and they are able to detect these disorders at an early stage and prevent the disease from progressing. So I think the hardware is there. How do you create solutions that you can create from open source, create that smartphone accessories, create some add-on devices that will connect to the omnipresent technology, be it medical technology or cell phone technology, and solve medical problems. If you guys can think around that, I think that will be very interesting.
Yeah. I think she already came here to ask us to leave. Just the name, any quick answer, any.
I think just a quick add-on on the wearables. Wearables is a very big part of our future. All of us wear smartwatches. So there's a company called Aura which makes smart rings, which when you are wearing, you can measure your vitals continuously. I would love to give that to my parents. They don't live close to us, so that is, I'm very, very gung-ho about it.
Thanks, Harsh. Madhukar, do you have anything?
Platform. So I think that's one thing which person who is into healthcare or clinical stuff, they can actually be up to date with that particular thing, and this aid can be a benefit in the rural healthcare system in our country.
Manoj, you said you have a key. We used to buy color Doppler machines for $100,000 to $200,000. Basically, this innovation is just a probe itself. And you use your iPhone for your computing power. The images go onto the cloud. On the cloud, the algorithms run. Even a 10th class student in a remote parts of the area, they can identify a breech pregnancy where it has to go to a doctor. I think that's a real innovation I see. There's one more in MRI, 0.3 Tesla portable MRI. Normally, for doctors are aware, you have to wheel the patient into a specialized room with radio frequency, RF shielding and all that. It's a portable MRI machine you can wheel into your ICCU for hemorrhagic strokes. I think you have to stop it.
I don't want you to stop, but apparently the Honorable Chief Minister's convoy says so.
Yeah. So I think I would like to thank the panelists. Sorry for that. The venue is shifted. Not many people are aware the event is happening here. And then we are asked to vacate the hall for the Honorable Chief Minister. And again, I'd like to thank all of you who came all the way from Delhi and all the audience here. I'm sure you can catch any one of them here if you want any specific ideas or insights from them. Thank you.
Thank you. Especially a great job done by the session chair, Dr. Ramesh. Thank you to Mr. Harsimbarbir Singh, and thank you, Mr. Vikram. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And we would like you to pose for a photo op. Here, the media. Very much for being part of this prestigious, world's largest innovation campus. Wow.